This is a Head Cannon Circus production.
Play the clock. Oh, you already know what it is, man. Ooh and Jay, they coming through. Straight no chaser. Straight from the hip.
Straight from the hip, don't need no script, just need a microphone. My man Coach Boo gon' take you to the entertainment zone. They got the stats, the this and that to keep this show on point. And when we're done, we have some fun and rock this funky joint. So if you will, sit back and chill, give us a chance to show ya. If one of y'all would like to call, we'll talk just like we know ya. We take control, then start the roll, and then there ain't no stopping. It's time to dip straight from the hip. Hey, y'all, let's get it poppin'.
Hey, welcome to Straight from the Hip. I'm your host, Coach Gerald Boo Mitchell, coming to you live from Black Mania. I'm sitting in the throne room up here on Black Mania. Black said I could use his throne room right here. That's a Black Mania ancestor from a long time ago. I'll tell y'all that story some other time. Anyway, here with me, my partner, Jason Allen. Jason will be the one in the black shirt, and Wolfman Jack. He's the one in the Travis is the one in the other shirt, and I don't know what the hell else he wearing. Look like he wearing a mask or something. I don't know.
Wolfman
Come
Jack.
on. Besides, I got to keep my persona for the wrestling show.
That is true.
Yeah. Travis the Beard for Wrestling Review over here. So I got to.
Now when they call you the Beard?
Yeah,
Travis the Beard. Is that your name now?
Yes.
Wow. Where that come? Who gave you that name?
I want to say it's what Tim Williams, one of the viewers.
Yeah.
They came up with.
Wow.
We were trying to come up with names, so he came up
Bless
with a bunch.
heart.
We went with
Bless his heart. Anyway, go ahead, Jay. What we're gonna start with now? I think we're gonna go backwards tonight. Start with the NFL.
Yeah, before we jump into that, if anybody has not seen, I think Jerry's sister-in-law has started a GoFundMe for him and his wife to help out with some bills and etc. I know on Head Cannon Circus, I pinned it to the top of our page. I could not remember if I pinned it to the top of Straight from the Hip, but if you could check it out, any donation helps. I don't care if it's $1, $2, $5, anything you got to spare. I know it's holiday season, so folks are broke. So trust me. I understand, but anything that you can spare to help him, as we say, put some money on his books. Please go ahead and throw a little bit his way. Him and Jerry and Brittany would definitely appreciate it. And again, our prayers go out to Jerry. He seemed to be recovering very well. I think they got him into the recovery department now, out of the ICU. So that is great. So shout out to Jerry, one of our Straight from the Hip fans, and just all around good guy.
And I'm gonna do something to help Jerry out. I'm gonna see how much I can reach out and help him and his wife.
Absolutely. Tom said he's going to donate $50. I will swing by Tom and pick it up. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Again, anything kind of helps. Joe Fleischer said, Travis, they got some beard conditioner, so he's trying to keep your beard fresh and clean for you. Chris Butler's out there, what's going on from Charleston. And Chris just said, your father said GoFundMe page for Jerry currently at 1,600 raised. Can we really rally them to 2,000? That's what's up. Yeah, can we get them to 2,000 before the end of the night? That's what's up. I think
Tom already pledged $50. I'm pledging 100, so I'm gonna give 100. Tom gonna give 50. So we almost there. We need a couple more folks to jump in, and we'll have this thing. I know Joe Fleischer got that long green. I'm talking about Joe got that big money. So come on, big money, Joe. Jump on in there and throw some of that money in there.
Absolutely. So yeah, Coach, right. We're going to start on the NFL this week. We're going to do a segment because we know the NFL game is going to get weirder and weirder, especially for next week. We're going to do a segment called One Sentence, where we're going to call out a game and we will give one sentence on the game and move on. Chargers 19, Broncos 16. They have saved Anthony Lynn's job. Travis.
Hold on.
Okay, Coach.
I got to see my scribbles.
Can Justin Herbert not be the Rookie of the Year?
Travis.
I think the Chargers are growing as a young team, and they look good for the future.
All right, Bengals 37, Texans 31. See, you can win without Burrow.
I'm pissed.
Coach.
Well, that messes up my question, because my question was, Travis, are you happy?
Bills 38, Patriots 9. Cam ain't the problem.
Josh Allen may be the future of the AFC East.
Ooh, well, Coach.
Why in the hell do we have to watch this game?
Jets 23, Browns 16. You got to give Baker some COVID-free receivers. Travis?
I don't care.
Coach?
Who in the hell believes now that the Browns going to make the playoffs?
Saints 52, Vikings 33. So Drew Brees still can throw the ball to Alvin Kamara.
Saints are going to the NFC Championship game.
Wow. Coach?
Are you one of the 7 people who actually watched this game?
Buccaneers 47, Lions 7. This shows that coaching is important. The Lions, 7 points.
Are you one of the 7 people that watched this game?
Now you know how bad. Do you know how bad they are now? The Lions are without Matthew Stafford.
Bears 41, Jaguars 10. Oh, sorry, Jaguars 17. Mitchell Trubisky may be the savior of Chicago.
Mitchell Trubisky may be the reason why they don't make the playoffs in Chicago.
If you think Mitch Trubisky is okay now, you're a dumbass.
Ravens 27, Giants 13. Ravens may be the best team to miss the playoffs.
Ravens like to beat up on terrible teams.
I'm still not a fan of Lamar Jackson.
All right. All right, so we got rid of that. So it's some games that we're going to talk a little bit more in depth for, just a little bit more. I actually had Bears up here again, but I think that's because, I love Mitch Trubisky so much now. But we're going to jump to the Dolphins 26 over the Raiders 25. So this is for both of you guys. We all know the old saying, if you have 2 quarterbacks, you have no quarterbacks. Which quarterback is the best quarterback for this team, Fitzmagic or Tua? Let's start with you, Travis.
Right now, as we speak today, who's the best quarterback?
Yeah. Who's the best for this team?
Right now, it's Fitzmagic. I don't think Tua's ready. I think next year it's Tua, but right now it's Fitzpatrick. Tua just looked out of sort during the whole game. They couldn't really get anything going offensively. Then once Fitzpatrick came in, everything started clicking, and of course they won the game, partially due to the Raiders, but their offense looked a lot smoother. I would stick with Fitzpatrick and just ride it out with him for the playoffs.
Coach, any thoughts on that?
For the record, and Jason and I talked about this yesterday, I'm sick and tired of this whole feeling in the NFL that people have that you can't have but one good quarterback on the team. I mean, you need to have 2 good quarterbacks, and that's what they got right now. And, Fitzmagic is on his way out. Tua's on his way in. Good for them. That you can pull one out and put the other one in, and guess what? Your team can still function. Look what happened to damn Detroit, like we talked about earlier. What's the name goes out, and they bring in the backup quarterback who went out. Stafford. Stafford goes out, and they bring in Jim Wisniewski. And we're like, who the hell is that? And then everybody starts Googling. Google almost exploded because everybody trying to find out who the hell Jim Wisniewski is. And then you find out that he was the 3rd string quarterback for Northwest South Texas State. I mean, it's just, terrible. And he happened to be the quarterback that led the comeback in the stankbooty.com bowl. I mean, it's just terrible.
Not the stank booty.
What
the
the hell
booty.
is wrong with having two good quarterbacks? Why does everybody have a problem with that? Give me two good quarterbacks. Give me so I know that, hey, guess what? Carson Wentz just went out, and what's the name? Get ready to come in. Jalen Hurts get ready to come in. What is wrong with that? Why can't I have that? Why can't every team be that way? I don't know why it has to be that. Well, I'm going to have to go, and then what are you going to do? You're going to bring in Jason Buttersworth or whoever the hell from who knows where. Man, go ahead and keep two quarterbacks.
Okay, to follow up with that, if we are all saying that we should keep two quarterbacks, then what would be the reason to keep Tua? Do you go back in the draft and find another young stud? The NFL has shown that young players can come in and play immediately and be effective. If Tua can't play effectively immediately, should they be looking for another alternative for their future?
Well, here's my thing. Let's not forget about who Tua is. I mean, he missed a lot of time being out with the hip. I mean, wasn't he supposed to be playing again probably? And I mean, so factor all that into his development now into the NFL is going to be a little bit slower than your average Joe. So just because he didn't walk in and like Joe Burrow, start off and run up and down the field, or like Herbert or some of these other guys, I mean, damn, it took him a little bit longer. It's taking him a little bit longer to get it going, and for good reason. But at the end of the day, he's going to be the guy. I guarantee you'll be looking back on and be like, you know what? Tua's going to be all right.
Okay, let's catch up on some of the comments. Richard Hood just showed up. He said he a little late, but he here, though. Mr. Butler said that Jerry's fund is up to $1,700. Shout out to everybody who's donating. Thank you so much. Richard Hood said, fear the beard. Also, having only one is for wives, not for QBs. And it seems like everybody agrees that you should have at least two quarterbacks. And Mr. Hood said that the Shake Booty Bowl is for the lingerie league, not for college football.
I hear you.
All right, to the next one. Chiefs 17, the Falcons 14. Before I get into my question, I'm just going to let Coach have his say, and then we can get that out the way, and then we'll go back to some commentary. Go ahead, Coach.
Let me tell y'all, listen now. I mean, obviously, when this game happened, and I'm sitting there watching the Falcons winning and all that, I mean, God, please, I'm just asking. Somebody, Peavy, somebody step up and poke your chest out for your Falcons and say, I actually thought we were going to win because nobody else did. I'm going to tell you that right now. Listen, I'm sitting there in my chair, and I'm watching the game just like this. And I'm thinking to myself, you know what? I hope and pray that this joker missed this damn field. I guarantee you, he finna miss this field goal. Watch. And when he actually missed that field goal, dude, I'm telling you right now, I think my neighbors called the police because I was laughing at him so hard. I mean, I tried to call Jason. I was screaming, laughing. I couldn't believe that joker missed that chip shot. And he's supposed to be like one of the best kickers in the league. So then I started getting the phone calls. And the phone call said, you know what, I'm starting to believe that you do have a connection to the league and that, you're ordering some of this stuff for the Falcons. Listen, see, that's how outrageous these Falcons fans get. They want to blame it on anything or anybody. Anything. I mean, how sad is that somebody going to call me with some bullshit now? Let me say this now. I am, as y'all know, going to be the next commissioner of the NFL. And I'm going to change some things up. Me and Jason talked about it. I'm tired of seeing the Falcons playing the Chiefs. And then they have the audacity to say, well, the Falcons played the Chiefs real close. And there's that, man, listen. All the damn Kansas City Chiefs, they all went to the Magic City. They were all up in there the night before, up in Kansas City, having a ball. The damn bus went over and picked them up an hour before the game and took them over to the arena to play the game. Because they wasn't worried about no damn Falcons. I mean, that's what I'm saying. It hurts the game when you have these real good teams playing these old sorry-ass teams. Look at the Jaguars. Who the Jaguars played this last week, Jason?
Bears.
The Bears, yeah. They played the Bears.
The Bears are a team in contention. The Jaguars going to get the first damn pick in the draft. That's what I'm saying. What kind of mess is that? What was the final score?
It was like 47-17 or
41 to 17.
Just terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. Same thing with Tom Brady and them. Who they play?
The Lions.
The Lions, thank you. Tampa Bay played the Lions. Dude, we're not going to do that anymore. When I become commissioner in the NFL, we only going to schedule 10 games. That's it. And then after that, the last 6 games, we're going to make that up as we go. So we're going to have the sorry-ass teams play against each other. And then if you're not over 500, then you're in one group. If you're over 500, then you're in the other group, and we're going to schedule y'all. And that's the way we're going to do it from now on. And everybody says, well, how can you guarantee that we're going to see 8 games at home, have 8 home games? Well, if you're a sorry-ass team, your ass don't need 8 home games. If you suck, you may well suck on the road because nobody wants to see that shit at home. I'm trying to help you out. Listen, this is a good plan and it will work. Because you say, okay, well, you're going to mess up the draft now because you have a sorry team playing against each other and both of them going to be trying to lose. Well, if you lose, it actually goes as a W on your record. So that's the way it's going to work. I'm telling you, when I get in that seat, just like I'm in this beautiful seat up here in Black Mania, you see this right here. When I get in that big chair in the NFL office, watch and see how I transform this league. And I'm doing it for the fans. It's all about the fans. I'm doing it for you. I'm going to make sure that you don't have to endure some of this caca that you endured this weekend.
And Mr. Butler said, what team is the biggest bust this year and which team is the biggest positive surprise? That's a good one. I would say the biggest bust this year, I would say would be my 49ers. I know it's a bunch of injuries, but you were in the Super Bowl last year and half the season you didn't look like a competitive team. My biggest surprise, I would say, let me look at some of these teams. I'm probably going to say my biggest surprise is the Miami Dolphins. I know they were playing well near the end, but nobody would have thought they'd be with 10-5 right now. I don't think anybody would expect to be there.
Yeah, my biggest surprise is Miami. Just looking over everything. Biggest surprise is Miami on the positive. Biggest bust, Atlanta's got to be on that top 2 or 3 right there.
Okay.
You crazy as hell. How they a big bust? Nobody thought they were going to do shit but you, Travis. You crazy as hell.
Okay.
All right, Coach, you're positive in your bust. Surprising your bust.
My biggest bust is going to be Arizona. I think everybody's doing all this talk about Arizona. Kyler Murray was going to run ragged and run roughshod over the league. He had Hopkins up there now with him. Everybody's talking so much about them winning out there. And my biggest surprise, and it's going to be a negative surprise, is the Houston Texans. Good God almighty. They were just god awful. And now J.J. Watt, the leader, is even up there talking about how guys don't even show up for work on time. And he just trashed the whole everything that if you saw his comments. He just like, this is just some boo-boo around here.
Mr. Hood said your office will be great because the big white guy will be with you. Kevin Mitchell said, what's in your cup? Richard Hood,
that's my brother. That's my brother. Let me tell you something. I guarantee you what's in my cup ain't near as strong as what's in your cup right now. I know.
Mr. Hood said his biggest bust was his wife. So you take that how you want to take that. Let's keep moving right on along. Well, my question with the Chiefs was, is it becoming a situation with Andy Reid similar to Don Shula when he had Dan Marino and started to rely on Dan Marino's arm talent so much that he did not build the offense in totality? Are we starting to see something like that from Andy Reid? Let's start with you, Coach, and finish with you, Travis.
Yeah, I think you could be seeing that. You never know because what it's going to come down to is you're going to say, well, is it Andy Reid or is it Bieniemy or how much control does Andy Reid really have over the offense? Is he letting Bieniemy do his own thing, or is he calling plays? Blah 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 blah. So you really don't know, what that mixture is. So I'm not going to blame it all on Andy Reid, because I think some of it has to go to Eric Bieniemy. I think that when they're giving the ball to Hilaire, which I know y'all don't like him and this, that, and the other, I think that's when they're at their best, because that joke was getting 100-yard games and all that good stuff was coming along with his 100-yard games. And now I don't even see him even playing harder. I mean, it's I don't know what the hell's going on, because their rushing yards all of a sudden have dwindled, and even Mahomes' rushing yards have dwindled. And like you said, all they want to do is go throw happy. And listen, I'm very happy to see high scores and big scores. I like seeing, big games like that with Mahomes doing his thing. But, I mean, he's having sometimes 10 seconds to throw the ball because he scrambles around and does this and that. I mean, to count on that for your offense every game is ridiculous. And like I said, are the Bills going to be good enough to stop them? Because right now they're the only team out there that I think looks like in the AFC they might be able to at least give them a run. I don't know. But like I said, I don't know, Jason, to answer your question if that's necessarily an Andy Reid issue, a Bieniemy issue, or just a Patrick Mahomes issue, because he might be checking out of a lot of stuff that he shouldn't be checking out of.
Travis, what do you think?
First, I don't know what games you've been watching with Clyde Edwards-Helaire, but he has had like 2 100-yard games all season. I know because he was on 2 of my fantasy teams.
Right.
2, he's got a broken leg and he's not even playing right now. He's been out for like
leg, or, yeah, I get what you're saying.
Fractured ankle, something.
Yeah.
But that's my point, Travis. When he was doing that stuff in the beginning of the season, that's when they were a more complete team. But ever since he got hurt or got out or whatever the case may be, I say that because I don't know who the hell the new running back is.
Le'Veon Bell, and he got injured 2 weeks ago.
Okay, well, that's my point. At the end of the day, they don't have a running game anymore. I say, just like quarterbacks, I don't know why you got to only have one good running back on the team. Because after he went out, who's back there now? Jim who? Or Dan who? I mean, I have no idea who it is.
Le'Veon Bell and Williams. Anyway, I think it's a situation of Andy Reid has kind of just figured out that he can't really run the ball, and he's got the best player in the NFL, so might as well just stick with what worked last year. Now, last year they did have the ability to run the ball in the playoffs, so we'll have to see what happens in the playoffs. But at this point, I think he's just trying to kind of not get through the regular season, but basically get to the playoffs, and we may see a little bit a different offense to kind of surprise some teams, because again, now that they did win, they have the number 1 seed. They'll have the extra week, and they may be kind of coming up with some different plays.
Okay, to catch up real quick, Richard Hood says, yes, Andy Reid, you have it, and it works. Your focus is on other specific point, letting other areas just tag along. Joe Fleischer said, Coach, you probably need some of that twisted tea.
Yeah, you got that right, baby. I'm going to use it on Travis.
I'm going to use it on you.
Mr. Butler said ESPN did a piece on Claypool, Pittsburgh hitting the rookie wall. Coach, what is the rookie wall, and why sideline a player to counteract that issue?
Oh, the rookie wall is just, you getting a little big head because you kind of trying to get ahead of yourself. And, you think you use somebody all of a sudden. And a lot of times guys don't hit the rookie wall because they're humble and this and that and other. But all of a sudden when you start showing up for meetings late and all this, because now you think you're somebody and not doing the little things that you used to do. Perhaps as a receiver, you were blocking before. Now so you're not blocking anymore because you think that now all you got to do is catch balls, things of that nature. I'm saying that in reference to Claypool because he is a wide receiver. And so when coaches notice that, they're like, okay, he having a little rookie wall issue, so we're going to have to slap him back down and put him in his place and make him understand that, you ain't nobody. I mean, bottom line is that you still got to play, you still got to block, you still got to do the small things, still got to be the first one to enter, last one to leave. things of that nature.
All right. You need a couple of hot players on each side to be successful. Mr. Richard Hood said that. Also, your brother said he had straight Henny in his cup. So
I told you.
Let's
I
go
might have some Henny in my cup, but it ain't straight.
Let's go to the next one. Steelers 28, Colts 24. Besides the massive comeback, I want to say between you two, which one of those two quarterbacks would you rather have on your team if you had to choose? Coach, Ben Roethlisberger or Phillip Rivers?
Damn, neither one of them. Shit, give me Jameis Winston.
Travis, if you had to choose one.
Oh, man. I don't like either one of them, but I will go, even though he was terrible against my Bengals the other week, I'll go Big Ben.
Okay. Panthers 20, Washington football team 13. All right. The biggest thing is that Dwayne Haskins has been officially cut from the Washington football team. Coach, how bad does a player have to be that you cut a quarterback when you are a team that is lacking quarterback depth in the middle of a season?
Well, here's the thing. You know, he's the first-round draft pick, all that other stuff. The owner was the one who picked him. If you know the whole story behind this, in the war room, nobody wanted him. The owner picked him. I mean, you know, you got a GM in there. You got a head coach in there. You got a damn offensive coordinator in there. They didn't want him. That was the damn owner's pick. That's why the coach had to go meet with the owner and ask for permission to cut him. Because at the end of the day, they didn't really want that guy. So, and I mean, I know that Rivera wasn't there when they picked him or whatever, but at the end of the day, he had to go. I mean, dude, it was time for him to go because he was starting to be a cancer. And I mean, if he had just kept his head down, done what he's supposed to do, you know, showed a little bit of promise, I'm gonna tell you right now, I applaud the move. I think it's the right thing to do, not only for the franchise, but also for that kid. Because maybe somebody take a chance on him, like the Bengals or the Browns, somebody like that. They're Atlanta, they're probably having me. He probably down in Magic City right now. Probably meeting with Arthur Blank at Magic City as we speak. But at the end of the day, he will have a chance to now go somewhere else and be able to maybe rebuild himself. But if he stays there, I mean, he would always just be like he was being already, just kind of pushed to the side, pushed to the back. I applaud the move. I think it's a good thing for him to be able to get out of there, and it's a good thing for them to be able to move on.
Travis, is Haskins a good QB?
I don't
think he is.
I don't think so. I don't think he's a good QB. Just from the little bit that we've seen from him, I don't think so. But if he gets his head on straight, he may be able to, you know, become an average quarterback. I think a team like the Indianapolis Colts may be a good fit for him. You know, with Phillip Rivers, maybe if Rivers has one more year, he can maybe mentor Haskins.
Oh my God, let's hope not. Let's hope we don't have to see Phillip Rivers for another year.
I'm not saying Phillip Rivers is coming back. I'm just thinking I think Indianapolis may be a good, a decent destination for him. But no, I don't. I think he's just an average quarterback.
Okay, so you know, I did a little bit of digging because you know I'm from DC, so I asked some people. Shout out to my man Irvin, who's been on the show. I think we had him on for the Super Bowl that time. He does a sports show called Irv Sports as well. So I asked him about the Haskins thing, and so he basically surmised that the whole birthday party thing, where his girlfriend and possibly strip club, etc., that put him. And they were going to cut him after that incident, but the owner told him to, you know, just hey, let him play, let him blah blah.
One more try.
Yeah. Rivera played him, and he didn't play well. But Irvin feels like a lot of rumblers in DC is that the team is bad, and the fact that Haskins never got comfortable in the system. So that he only played well to a lot of Redskin fans or Washington football team fans in the fourth quarter when they cut him loose and let him just go and play like he normally would play rather than in the regular system. Also, they look at the fact that this is his third offensive coordinator in 2 years and that they just never have given him a full chance. So a lot of people in DC are kind of happy he's gone, not because he was bad, but happy he's gone because they think he deserved better. So Little insider there. Take it for what you want. We do a little bit of reporting here once in a blue moon. So there you have it. Let's go ahead to Cowboys 37, Eagles 17. What NFC East team would you like to see in the playoffs? Because they will be slotted to play the Buccaneers between the Cowboys, Giants, or the Washington football team. Travis?
Washington football team. That defensive line are going up against Tom Brady and that offensive line.
All right, Coach.
I don't want to see none of them.
Well, you got to pick one, so pick one.
Pick one.
You know, I think they should take two out of the NFC West out there, whatever it is up there with Seattle and them. I think they should take two teams from that division and leave one out of the NFC East. They suck. I mean, when you can't even get the damn 500, you shouldn't even be able to play. You shouldn't even be able to go to playoff. That's terrible.
And they get a home playoff game.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, how bad is that? I mean, do y'all like this league like this? Is this? Look at Travis happy. Look at Travis smile. I mean, I'm over here pissed off that a sorry ass under 500 team gonna make the damn playoff and get a home game, and Travis over there, hey, they gonna get a home game. They gonna get a home game too. Hey, don't forget, they gonna get a home game. I mean, what in the hell is this league coming to? I mean, are y'all happy with this bullshit? I mean, that's ridiculous.
Oh Lord. Anyway, Seahawks 20, Rams 9. Jared Goff has a turnover problem, so I found this funny stat that since 2019, he has had 38 turnovers, which leads the NFL. Coach, as a coach, how do you fix this?
You put him on a bus with Dwayne Haskins. That's how you fix that. Get his ass on out of there. Listen, I don't know what y'all see in him. Just remember, I said the same thing about Carson Wentz 2 years ago when y'all was all loving up on him and talking about he was the man and he was going to be the next Aaron Rodgers and all that other bullshit. Now he's terrible. I'm telling you right now, this boy going to be the same way. Watch, see what I tell you.
Travis, any suggestions on how you fix Jared Goff to protect the ball better?
No.
Release him.
I ask him to play better. I don't know.
There you go. Packers 40, the Titans 14. This is the type of game that the Titans should win. Yes. What the hell happened?
Oh, no.
Let's start with you, Travis, and we'll finish with Coach.
I don't know what the hell happened. This was set up perfectly for the Titans. It's snowing. Both teams are just going to run the hell out of the ball. You have Derrick Henry. And Green Bay doesn't have a good run defense. They gave up on the run way too quickly. Once they got down by 14 points, they completely abandoned the run, and they just started throwing the ball, which is a terrible idea if you're the Tennessee Titans, because your number 1, 2, and 3 option should always be run the ball. And they started actually getting back in the game when they started running the ball, but then for whatever reason, they just, again, stopped and kept throwing it, and it was just a terrible, terrible play calling by the Tennessee Titans.
Coach, what are your thoughts?
It's just bad coaching. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you got to dance with the girl that brought you. I mean, that's what we call that in football. Dance with the girl that brought you. I was just watching Buford High School a few minutes ago, playing in the Dome for the state championship tonight. And at the end of the day, dude, I mean, they running the football. They hadn't thrown. I think they threw the ball once. You know, while I was watching, they had like 3 possessions. They threw the ball one time. That's who Buford is, and they're gonna beat Buford. And that's what I'm saying. If you're the Tennessee Titans and Derrick Henry's your man, you know, just go on ahead and ride it. Don't get me wrong; it's gonna be a short ride. He ain't be around but about 3 or 4 years, because that's about the shelf life of a good NFL running back. Because they take too much punishment. But at the end of the day, you know, they overthought, and I'm sure they went into the game thinking, "Oh, we got to see how we can do this," or "We got to be able to throw," and, you know, this is going to be a little litmus test for our team. And they overthought it, as opposed to just, let's go out there and do what we do. And we just going to shoot our best shot doing what we do, and let's see how that works out. And they didn't do that.
And the weird thing is, you know, as both of you guys know and everyone watching probably knows, it was snowing. So it's going to be tough to throw the ball in the snow. And it's not like he was falling down while he was trying to run.
Unless you're Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Very easy for Aaron Rodgers to throw the ball in the snow, obviously, if you watch.
Amen.
But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like he didn't have footing. It's not like he was losing his grip. It's not like he cut and moved and broke tackles just fine. They just weren't giving him the ball. So, yeah, that was pissing me off.
Now, with the Packers beating the Titans, Does this dispel they can't beat an aggressive kind of bully team, or because of the snow situation, we're still going to put an asterisk by this? Coach, what do you think?
Listen, I don't think that it dispels that at all. I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, because bottom line is that although, Nashville, Tennessee, where the Titans' home is not necessarily, in the South per se. I mean, I've had some terrible, icy, snowy winters up there in Nashville when I was at Vanderbilt. So it does get cold up there, but it don't get Green Bay kind of cold. I mean, it doesn't get that kind of cold. So I guarantee you, those jokes were uncomfortable up there playing in Green Bay with that kind of cold. They hadn't experienced that kind of cold, I bet you, in a minute. So, and I'm telling you, that has a big impact. And that's why the Packers fans love Lambeau Field, because they know that a lot of jokers can't come in there and be happy with that 0-degree temperature that they have in there. And, I mean, it's tough to play in that atmosphere.
All right. It's about 10-5 team do you think is the best? I think these are ones that are fringe playoffs. Which one do you got, Travis?
So between the Dolphins, the Ravens, the Browns, and the Colts, which one do I think could actually do something in the playoffs? I would go with the Colts because of that defense. I think that defense could shut down any offense. And I know Phillip Rivers isn't great, but they can run the ball with Jonathan Taylor and Nyheim Hines. Their offensive line is one of the best in the league. They could make it a slow, grinded out game and win 16-13, no problem. I would go with the Colts.
That's a hard one to pull when they just dropped a huge ass lead yesterday or 2 days ago. But yes, I got your reason, Coach. Out of those 4, which one?
Well, Travis was talking about what people can do. I mean, shit, the Falcons can throw the ball to Julio every time. I mean, what you talking about? What they can? Yeah, they can do this and they can do that. Shit, if they can do it, why haven't they done it? I mean, I want to hear that. Bottom line is, I'm going with the Ravens. I think the Ravens are that team like they've always been. They're true to themselves in that they're gonna let Lamar do his thing, short passes and run the ball when he needs to most of the time, whatever. And I think that's just the formula that they use and that they've all gotten used to. And so I think they're most comfortable just doing their thing. And I think they're probably gonna be the team that's gonna make it out of there.
All right. I'm gonna go just for Joe. I'm riding with the Browns.
I can see that.
For what? They have to beat Pittsburgh this week. That ain't gonna happen. They ain't gonna beat Pittsburgh this week. In order to get in the playoffs, they have to beat Pittsburgh.
Ben Roethlisberger's not playing. So.
That's probably a good thing. So let's understand that.
You think
that's probably a good thing that he ain't playing.
Tyler Phillips said Titans won at Indy and Baltimore. Agreed. That's why we didn't have the Titans on here. I think out of those, but I think Titans are the better.
Yeah, Titans are better than all those other ones. Yeah, agreed.
But I'm gonna go with the Browns just for Joe. I got your back,
and
Joe.
My brother said Lamar and the Ravens by far the best of those choices. Kevin Mitchell said the same thing.
All right.
Yeah, good for him.
Okay, let's go ahead and jump on any college news that we missed for, inactivity week, as I like to call it, because the only thing is the bowl. Oh, okay, you love the bowl games.
I love the bowl games.
Go ahead, Travis. Go ahead and take over.
I love the bowl games. I don't know if anyone watched that Liberty Coastal Carolina Bowl that I said last week was going to be a good game. Did I not say that on this program? I believe I did. I know I did, actually. Double overtime game. Liberty ends up winning. Did you see the ending of what happened, though?
I didn't see
You did not see the ending.
I didn't watch no parts of that game.
Liberty is going in. It's a tie game. There's like 30 seconds left. Mm-hmm. Liberty's got the ball in the Coastal Carolina 3-yard line. So chip shot field goal.
Right.
Well, actually, there's a minute left. Either way, it doesn't matter. They hand the ball off to the running back. Well, Coastal moves out of the way and says, hey, just go ahead and score a touchdown. That way we can get the ball, and theoretically we would have a chance to win instead of you kicking a field goal. Well, the running back for Liberty runs up and realizes that he's going to score, tries to stop on the half-yard line. Well, Coastal's pushing him in, and he fumbles the ball on the half-yard line. Coastal picks it up and recovers, and it goes to double overtime. It was a crazy ending, but that was the best game.
No, it wasn't crazy, and that was the dumbest ass ending and the poorest ass execution of a damn victory formation I've ever seen in my life. Because the running back why would you have to get that close? Why does it have to be on the half-yard line? I mean, dang, he moved up 4 yards. Why did you just not stay back there where you were? They were on the 5-yard line. Why don't you just stay right there on the 5-yard line? It was just poor execution. That's the difference between somebody who knows what the hell's going on and somebody who doesn't. Because somebody who doesn't think, oh, that was great. You missed it. That was just an epic ending. And it wasn't nothing but some caca. I guarantee you, even though they won the game, the coach probably still out there running that joker who fumbled that ball, trying to get up there on the half-yard line. He probably still out there running as we speak.
Okay, continue on, Travis. Any other ball games that you want to hit on?
That from this past week, that's all I got. But we do have this upcoming week.
Okay.
Of course, January 1st, so we got the college football playoff games.
Hit it with us.
So I got 4 bowl games I just want to talk about just real quickly.
Okay.
Georgia plays Cincinnati. Again, us living here in Georgia, there's probably some Georgia fans on here. I think Georgia's going to roll Cincinnati.
Okay, you think you're going to roll? I already know Coach knows Georgia going to roll.
Yeah.
They play Cincinnati where?
In Atlanta in the Peach Bowl.
I mean that right there. If I was Cincinnati, I'd be like, hell no. I mean, we got to go play Georgia in Atlanta. I mean, who wants to do that?
I got COVID.
Yeah. Texas A&M versus North Carolina. Probably going to be a pretty good game.
Texas A&M probably going to roll them too.
I'm going Texas A&M. Coach,
I think North Carolina making a good game though.
Okay. See, a good game. See?
A good game.
What do you know?
A good game like Travis called a good game, or a good game like in real football, good game?
No, like real football, Jason. Not
okay,
Travis.
got it. All right.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
You be like, oh, you see that play when the guy fumbled it 5 times and then kicked it over his shoulder, and the other guy caught it and ran it in. And me and Coach is like, that's called bad football. You like, that was a great ending. And we like, no, that's bad football.
Yeah, there were about 20 mistakes made on that play.
Oh, okay. And then we got the 2 college football playoff games.
Okay, let's go and give our predictions for this.
Alabama and Notre Dame. What is your prediction?
The prediction is, does Alabama score more than 2 touchdowns? I mean, does Notre Dame score more than 2 touchdowns? Excuse me.
No, they don't.
No. And Alabama scores way more than 2 touchdowns. So there's your
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Alabama, man.
Okay. Ohio State versus Clemson.
I'm gonna be a homer, and I don't believe anything I'm about to say from this point forward, but I'm gonna be a homer and saying Ohio State.
Coach?
Man, Clemson gonna beat the doggone monkey break off them jokers. I mean, Dabo Swinney is like just biting his teeth every time he does it. Dabo Swinney I've seen him do 6 interviews over the last day or so, and every one of them he talking without his damn teeth opening up. He got his teeth clenched the whole time he talking. That joker is mad as a run over dog. I mean, he ready to chew through a barbed wire fence to get to doggone Ohio State because he don't even think they should be in this thing. And I don't either.
I'm going to ask this, and I know it borders on a dumbass question, though, but could the possibility that Ohio State played a very shortened season or a half a season play to their advantage when it comes to being fresher in this game?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. And nobody wants to say that, but yeah, I mean, and the fact that, like I said, because they played the limited amount of games, they've had less exposure and less culpability for COVID and all that other stuff. And so, like I said, I mean, it gives them somewhat of an advantage. There's no doubt about that. Now, I think a disadvantage it gives them is that, number one, they're in the Big Ten, so they had never played nobody. They ain't played nobody this year. And at the end of the day, I mean, they still haven't played it. Who have they played? I mean, look at their schedule. You say,
nobody's disagreeing with you. Nobody's disagreeing with you. You just laughing.
I mean, at the end of the day, I think that's gonna come back to bite them.
Okay.
I tell you right now, Travis don't want to hear this. Clemson is somebody, Travis. Clemson is somebody.
Okay. Any other college football news?
Nope. I got one more slight. They announced the Heisman finalists. We'll get into this next week because we can make our predictions on who we think's going to win. But they did name the 4 finalists for the Heisman.
All right, who were they?
Devontae Smith, wide receiver from Alabama.
Congratulations on him.
Mac Jones, quarterback from Alabama.
Right on.
Kyle Trask, quarterback of Florida.
Solid.
And Trevor Lawrence, quarterback of Clemson.
Well, I will say this because I know Coach going to flip out. Yes, Travis did not have Trevor Lawrence on his list when we did this a couple of weeks ago. Don't worry about it, Coach. I said it for you, so you don't got to say it. Let's go to high school football.
For the record, remember we did our top 3, and this is 4, so we had our top 3. But anyway,
no, we did 4. You put some Iowa dude in there.
Yeah, so, you sure did. We did 4. We did 4. Your ass did pick Trevor Lawrence. And that's why I went monkey bonkers over here, because I'm sitting there like, how you not going? They talking about Trevor Lawrence going to be the first pick in the draft, and you ain't even have him in your top 4. I think you had that offensive guard from South Carolina as being one of your top 4 or some more bullshit instead of Trevor Lawrence.
That's not true at all.
All right. What did we get? Any news on high school?
State playoffs, state championships are, of course, going on as we speak, actually. I do have a few results, and we'll just kind of throw the matchups. So Prince Avenue beat Trinity Christian yesterday.
Okay.
In the private league.
Just run through the scores.
Callaway beat Fitzgerald.
Mm-hmm.
Marist beat Jefferson. And then going on as we speak right now is Buford and Lee County.
Well, congratulations to all those winners, and congratulations to the kids who do not win. It is still an honor that you got to play in the championship game. So shout out to all of them. And who you take? Do you know the score? Do we know the score on that? Lee and Buford. I know somebody put it up for us. Lee and Buford game. What the score was, but I know, Coach, you're taking Buford to win that, right?
Yeah, I'm pulling for Buford, but I think Lee County gonna win.
Okay. And then what is tomorrow's slate? Did you happen to have that? I know Collins Hill and Grayson is the last game.
Yep. So Oconee County versus Pierce County.
Yeah.
Warner Robins versus Cartersville. And then Grayson versus Collinsville. Those are your slate.
I'm gonna roll with Collinsville. I mean, plus I feel like I live in the Archer school district, but I am close to Grayson. Some of them jokers out here in Grayson feel like they already won the championship. So that kind of made me upset. So I'm gonna ride with Collins Hill just because of that.
Well, I'm going for Collins Hill because that they're out of our region. I mean, they beat the crap out of us, and one of my good friends, Fronte, is on that team, on that coaching staff. I got a lot of good friends on there. Todd Wofford used to be the head coach at Central Gwinnett High School. He's on their staff now. Lenny Gregory, the head coach, good friend of mine. So I got a lot of good friends on that team. So I'm pulling for Collins Hill. I just think Grayson might be a little too much for him. So, with that kid they got, the quarterback and all that, he's on that team, the one that was from California who used to be at Valdosta. He's on that team now, and they're gonna be pretty hard to stop. So I mean, I would have to put my money on them, but I'm pulling for Collins Hill.
Mr. Hood, who do you have in that matchup? Because I know Mr. Hood, like you, Coach, has a post to what goes on up in these high school football streets. So post that. Other than that, unless Coach has anything left, I think that is it for us today. Coach, you got anything left?
Real quick, Miss Peavy, the games are on Channel 8. PBS, Channel 8.
Yeah.
Peachtree TV.
That ain't Peachtree TV.
That's what I get.
Oh,
that's how I look at it.
TV, Channel 13.
I find it on Peachtree TV or Peachtree TV.
I don't know. I stream half the stuff. So, but again, everybody that is here, we got like 10 people watching, and I know this is going to be rebroadcast after I put it out, etc. Again, if you go on to Straight from the Hip, I'm gonna try to pin it up there. But I know on Head Cannon Circus, my platform, I have it pinned to the top. One of our Straight from the Hip family members, Jerry Vatner, he had a stroke a while back. He's been in the hospital. He's out of the ICU. He's doing in the recovery section of it. But they do have a GoFundMe up to help him and his wife pay for rent and other bills and etc. Because Jerry's like most Americans, if he's not working, he's not getting paid. So if you guys could please stop by there and donate to that cause. I don't care if it's $1, $2, whatever you got. Just skip a Coke tomorrow and send it to Jerry and his family. I do appreciate it. I know my mother, she pledged $150. Me and my wife, we pledged $300. I know Coach is going to throw some in there. Tom for the Movie Tavern, He's going to give me some money to pledge there for as well. But again, anything you can spare. I'm not giving you our numbers to say that you should match it. I'm just saying anything that you can spare. I've been blessed that we could spare that for him. So whatever you can spare, by all means, please spare that for him and his family.
For sure.
He's a great member of our family. So I just appreciate anything you guys do for him. And again, just prayers up to him and his family in his time. And that's all I got, man. Unless you got anything left, Travis?
Nope, I got nothing.
All right, Coach, you got anything? Well, I guess, Coach, take us on out then.
Hey, guys, I appreciate everybody for being on here. I'm not going to call out everybody. We got some good names I hadn't seen on here before. Irvin Payne. My brother Kevin Mitchell was on here tonight. The Hoods, Richard and Annette Hood. Blah, blah, blah. Miss Peavy, Miss Ham. I know I saw you earlier. Tom, my movie tavern Tom. That's what I'm going to call you. Movie tavern Tom. Tom, I'm coming to see you. Don't give up on me. Jason kicked me to the curb this week, but I'm coming. So don't forget about me, Tom. But anyway, guys, we appreciate you as always. Thank you, Miss Ham. Thank you all for being on here. We'll see y'all next week. Good night, Miss Francis.
Straight from the hip.
See you all next week. Peace. Straight from the hip, man. Them boys good, man. Them boys is good.